We're going to use ordinary modeling clay that you can buy in any toy store or stationery store very cheaply to demonstrate the process of planetary transits in astronomy. Okay, so what is a planetary transit? Here we have the Sun and the Earth. You can tell that's the Earth because it has a label. And then you have the Moon going around the Earth. Okay? So every so often the Moon comes around in between the Earth and the Sun. That just happened a couple of weeks ago. When we made this video, we had an eclipse of the Sun. So when the Moon moves across the face of the Sun from the Earth's point of view, that's called a transit. Sometimes Venus also does the same thing. Let's make the scale a little bigger here. Sometimes Venus goes between the Earth and the Sun in such a way that it crosses the Sun's disk, and that's called a transit of Venus. Now, a transit is also a conjunction. In other words, a conjunction means that the planet and the Sun, Venus and the Sun, are in the same direction. It happens with the Moon too. When the Moon is in the same direction as the Sun, you have a conjunction between them. What's the difference between a conjunction and a transit? A conjunction doesn't necessarily mean that the Moon moves in front of the Sun and covers it, or that Venus moves in front of the Sun and covers it. A conjunction means that they're simply in the same direction. Now, what about the outer planets? Let's put Mars here. Now, do we ever have a transit of Mars? Well, yes, if there's any planets out beyond Mars, and Mars happens to move across the face of the planet, like Jupiter, let's say, that would be a conjunction, a transit of Jupiter by Mars. So this can happen both towards the Sun and away from the Sun. This is just a very simple demonstration to give you an idea of what a clay demo is all about, and how using a clay demo can actually make the idea, the concept, come alive. Because we can sit here and line these things up the way they would actually look. Like here's the Earth, and here's the Moon going around, and the Moon actually goes in front of the Sun. And that's a conjunction. A transit. Or Venus actually going in front of the Sun. This happened just a few months ago. So in that way we can model these things, get the ideas out of our head and into physical space where we can move them around and model the phenomena that we're studying. It works with anything.